And this week's quite special. So this week I'm carving. So I've got my work uniform on underneath again. I'm used to that. I'm rushing. So this week's quite special because I'm going to be carving one of Graham, our channel members, drawings. She actually drew me 3 different designs, which I'm going to talk to you a little bit more as we're carving away, where you can get involved in the project. So one of them's on the easel. I'll just show you the other 2. So this is another one of his designs. So I've stenciled it on. And there's one more. All great designs, all different abilities. Like I say, I'll talk to you a little bit more about it as I'm carving away, how you can get involved. So I've got one on the easel. I'll spin you around. Not sharpen my chisels yet, so I'll do a little bit of that, and we'll do some carving. Wait a minute, they've changed it. YouTube decided to change the way it works. There we go, look. Hopefully you can see that all right. So we're going to do this. We're going to move some material. Try and get this drawing Graham's done for us, or kindly done for us. Straight away, brown days off. Yeah, like I said, Graham's kindly done this drawing for us. And I'm going to try and carve it. So as always, straight on with the nylon hammer. I've gone 6mm chisel to start with. I could possibly go a bit wider, but I'm going around a few corners. So I'm just going to go outline all this. Just outline so I don't rub it off, but that mistake I made last week of marking my stencil on my dry stone, I'm not going to do that again. If someone can let me know the sound's okay, and you can see everything all right, make sure it's not too bright for you, that'd be nice. So some of you, you'll recognise the name Graham off the chat. Mr. Lister, he's kindly done as these drawings with the idea that you lot can all get involved. Whether you're a carver, painter, drawing, some artwork. So I'd like the opportunity to send these drawings to you. I can email them to you so you can print them out, and then over the next few weeks you could do your own version of this and send it into the channel. And out of the 4,500 members we've got, if we can get a few people doing it and sending it in, we can have a look at each other's work. And it'd be really nice to see what other stones people are working, what other materials, like say wood, paper, card. And send them into the channel. That'd be really nice. I think it'd be a great way. Really nice to honour Graham's drawings he sent in and get us all together doing a project what we're all working on together. So yeah, if you're interested in that, in the channel description there is an email address for TheStoneRanger. Register your interest on there. I'll send you over the PDF. You can print it out like I've done. Then you can mark it on your material, make it up, send it back in, and choose from one of the designs or all 3 of these designs. That's up to you. Man in the moment, Graham's just gone in the chat. We're just talking about your fantastic drawings, Graham, and I would like to get other people involved in carving, drawing, painting. Yeah, you have to bear with me as I'm just going around the outside. Katrina thinks it's a good idea. Yeah, Graham kindly did us 3 drawings of all different abilities. So what's everyone been up to this week? I'm still planting trees. I've done 10,000 up to now. Well, just over, so I've got just under 2,000 to go. I've got another big group out tomorrow planting trees. And I'm working on this idea of tabletop dry stone walls for teaching a group. So on Friday I managed to get a bit of time on Friday where I can go and try and make one and present it to my manager and try and sell him the idea. Jokingly we said it would be like Dragon's Den. Told Rob he can be like Deborah Meaden. Carving a stone and getting a garden ready. That sounds great. What's the next question? How do we stop the whole plate from shattering? Well, we don't always. Sometimes they do crack, but it's getting the right piece of stone, a little bit of technique and the angles you're holding the chisel, the way you're swinging the hammer, where you're moving the material. And trust me, to this piece of stone, there's nothing to say there isn't a shake in it, that it could break in half. Which should be a little bit embarrassing on YouTube, won't it? So there's a running theme with me getting back from work on a Wednesday night for carving. I set off with all good intentions of getting home early in good time, and then something happens and I end up rushing. Yeah, so just around the outside of all this design, and then we'll start moving a little bit. So I'm going to actually go right up to here. I'm going to carve this in, and I'm going to leave it V-shaped. I don't want sharp walls. You can all do your own take on this design, on Graham's, how Graham's drawn it. You can all do your own take on the way you carve it, like I say, paint it, however you go about it. And I'm going to leave nice chunky V-shaped walls instead of sharp vertical walls. I quite like that. So let's move a little bit. One thing you will notice is I've not got music on tonight. I got told off by YouTube to have music on in the background, which is a shame because I enjoyed it. So they told me off because it was obviously copyright, which is understandable, we were expecting it. And which is the other unfortunate thing about it is they had 13,000 views last week. And I don't know if the music helped or not, but no music. So we'll get some of the noisy bits out of the way. Not easy to talk when you're making such a racket. You'll have to bear with me. But yeah, like I said at the beginning, if you could let me know that the audio is okay and the picture's okay. This piece of stone I've got here, what? I'm just going to measure it, but I don't have a ruler. I think it's 30 mil. So we've not got loads of material to mess with. Did you see all 3 designs marked on the stone on the community page? Which one would you have chose first? I nearly put a poll out there, but I decided against it. So one of the reasons for coming home from work early was to kind of move some of this material. It didn't happen. But never mind. We're doing now. Yeah, so that would have been a massive benefit to have some of this material moved. Yeah, I think it would have made a better viewing experience for you. Probably slightly nicer on your ears. busy life. Didn't want it to happen. I had to stop and think last week about, just take a moment to think, 13,000 people tuned in last week. That's an incredible amount. What have we got there? I'll quickly swig of my tea while I read that. Okay, so granite been a 10. Just reading that comment there. So, how hard is this stone? 5 or 6. So I've carved with some really soft stuff, which is so easy. To be honest, some of it can be too easy because it slight marks here, there, and everywhere, which I'm not so keen on. The really soft stuff. I would say this is a 5 and 6. It's hard enough that you've got to give it some material, but if you get the hammer in the right place, you can also shift a bit of material. So the soft Maltese limestone, the Portland limestone, that Maltese stuff's really soft. But then granite on the other end, the hammer's tinging off it. Absolutely tinging off. Unless you get this right consistent blows on this stone and holding the chisel at the right angle, you can skate across. You can skate across this stone, so you're not doing anything. If you get that right angle, can make this stone look very easy to move and actually make it softer than it is. But it's about, for me, it's about a 5 or a 6. Said before, but I've got a nice few pieces of redstone Not as tough, but it's more consistent. It's very smooth. It's very nice. That's probably like a 4.5, 5. That's very nice. Don't like that really soft stuff. And the reason I use this stone, Derbyshire stone, is because I'm from Derbyshire, so it's my local stone. It's what I can get my hands on, so I use it a lot, and I like it. It's a nice stone. Up for the next chisel. I just want to nip round these edges. We're going to make some noise for the next 20 minutes or so, but I'd like to try and get some of this noise out of the way, and then as we're getting into the second half of the line, it's going to be about neatening it up. So is there anyone on who fancies having a go at carving one of Graham's designs? So I'm just going to, well, more out for a second, but I'm going to have to move the camera in a minute. It's looking fine already, Graham says. See if I can sneak around the camera a little. I'll push it too far and hit the camera, I know I will. Blocked out the view. Well, I'm just going to sharpen the chisel quickly. So we're just going to give you a little bit of movement here, just while I shift a bit of material. So I'm not going to do this neat. I'm just going to rough it out because I think it'll make the overall effect better for us, and then I'll neaten it up, possibly off camera. Not the enjoyable bit of this. You just want to get in there, get carving. So whatever the wall is I finish here, the depth, we'll make our final depth around the drawing, and then we'll match this as a nice frame around it afterwards. So Graham, you should have done as a bigger drawing, and it would have less material to move. Or I should have chopped a smaller piece of stone. But it'll be worth it. It's all framed in, it'll be worth it in the end. Just a bit to move to start with. Hammer's not very easy, that. So if this was the equivalent to a kitchen, this is all the prep work, what should have been done before I went live. Never mind. Sharpen that chisel up again. There we go. Trying to work out what that tinging is, what it's coming from. Can't quite work out. I'm going to have to move the camera just while I swing the hammer. You can see some chunks flying past the camera. Really having to put some pressure on from that bottom finger. We talk about holding that pressure there, and then with your thumb, we're saying that how you should feel it when you're carving. To hold that chisel in the right angle to stop it just skating across and not getting anywhere. So you've seen me on a lot of my videos have a piece of stone on a bench facing down. For moving material, I much prefer it. moving material on an easel like this, not my favourite thing. Whew, I've got sweat on after that. Right, let's now do some carving. Right. Let's start doing some of the knives. We've got to decide on the way whether we want this flat or curved. Curves in my brain. Maybe you'll all have an opinion on that. If you've been watching the channel for a little bit, you'd be able to see all the techniques we talk about each week. Like I was just saying about holding the chisel, holding the hammer for each individual bit, am I tapping around the corner there, or am I moving material here, and that curve, that down, and that wrist action, not changing the angle of the chisel and not changing the weight. I'm swinging it so we get a consistent smooth flow all the way. The only time it changes is when we go around that curve in that leaf there. So that whole movement, the only thing what's changing is the angle of my wrist. Not as neat as I wanted that there, look. It's going to start popping soon. Yeah, so when I made the video and we had the music on in the background, it wasn't long after YouTube sent me a message saying I broke the rules, broke the copyright rules. I don't have to take the video down, but they weren't happy. They were not happy about it. Look at that, new subscriber. That's because we're badass. I like that. That's got to be the comment of the night. Well, if you do subscribe, you're going to come across a lot of videos where you can have a go at stone carving yourself. Lots of tutorials on there, stone carving, dry stone walling, all the chisels you'll need, different stone, over 150 videos. And if you have a go, make sure you send us a picture in, and we can show everybody on the channel what the subscribers have been up to. I think probably the most badass bit is the design, which was done by Graham, one of the channel members, and they got sent in for us to draw. Got me some nice little bits in the corners here, Graham. What I do love about it, when I was marking this out, I love the fact it was hand drawn, and that gap there is not the same as that gap there. And I thought to myself, should I straighten it up so it's the same in the front? Well, no, because that's the way Graham's drawn it. That means it's hand drawn. It's not all the same. And see, that point there is different to that. Well, actually on the drawing there, it's slightly different. The Pass It Forward project you've been watching me carve over the last, what is it, a week and a bit now? That's not all perfect because it's the original drawing, and I love that about it. when this is gone in the outside, it's really deep and it's really popping out. I'm looking forward to that. We've had a badass and we've had a cold tonight. That's they're both for Graham. Two things the children have not said to me for a long time, or ever, that I'm cool or badass. I took my daughter and my son ice skating on Monday, and they were extremely disappointed because I didn't fall over, and I was better than they were expecting me to be. So I felt like I'd let them down because I'd not hit the ice. And they both fell over. So unless you didn't hear me at the beginning of the video, I'm going to be making mini dry stone walls on Friday, part of a work project. So if any of you have made mini dry stone walls, and you got any tips, let me know. So they're going to be bigger than the ornamental ones what you have people make and sell online. So it's got to be that 2 people can get involved. So I'm thinking a couple of foot, each wall's going to be a couple of foot long, maybe a foot high, so they can learn to dry stone walls. So if I could give them a pile of stone what I've created, all different shapes and sizes without them having to dress it because it'll be too small. Give them a picture of a wall we've been doing out on site, and then they've got to try and replicate it in exactly the same way from the foundations right up. First course, get all the middling, hearting some people call it, get all that middle in there, get the through stones on, second lift up to the coping stones. So I've got to try and make a training wall, a tabletop dry stone training wall on Friday, and then I've got to pitch it to my line manager, and if he runs with it, I've got to make it so I can take it to a school, and each school group, not a school group, each group what come with me in this school for this one day we've hired this school out, there'll be groups of 20, and I'll have them for half an hour to 40 minutes to teach them dry stone walling, and I'll have to do that for 250 people throughout the day. It's either that or teach them how to swing gates in the countryside, which is not that easy to teach people to do, because it's, well, to be honest, it's very easy to teach them how to do it. It's not that easy to teach such a big group in one go, because number one, it can be quite patronising, showing people how to use a drill, and there's not a lot of work for a big group. Do you think we should leave these smooth surfaces on these, or do you think we should curve them? I missed that comment. Graham says he's feeling very proud. Curved it is. to redraw that back on in there. This bit concerns me in the middle. That's not right. Need to try and get rid of that. Can't get that right. I might have to look at the picture. Oh, Graham says it's nice enough without the centre. I'm going for it. I'm taking that. He's a designer. And I was kind of hoping you'd say that because I like it without it. But I didn't want to change your design without your approval, but no. As you can tell, I didn't take much persuading. we could always put it back in on a different, on the lowest level, and then it'd be like it was going, I don't know what you call that. What do you call that one? So it just kept going and going and going. It could be that internal knot. Can't think of the word or the name. Do you know what I keep meaning to do every week when I come down? I know I bring myself a hot drink, but I soon drink that because I don't want it going cold. I need to bring myself a bottle of water. Concentrate. You can tell I'm not talking much, I'm concentrating. Always watching his trading accounts close. That's exciting. Well, whoever's birthday it is, I'm sure it is somebody's. Happy birthday. If you're new to the channel or you're just tuning in now, a couple of things to tell you. What we're carving here is a carving drawn and sent to me by one of our subscribers, Graham. He sent me 3 different drawings and this is the one I chose to carve. Maybe not that hammer. And the next thing to tell you is make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you want to learn how to carve stone or dry stone wall, or just fancy having a look because it intrigues you, yeah, hit that subscribe button. There's over 150 videos teaching you all about different techniques to carve stone, all the tools you're going to need, some discount codes, how to carve yourself a new house sign with tools you'll find around the house so you don't have to spend any money, how to build dry stone walls, or just looking at the projects what I carve. We have a weekly live stone carving session every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. It's got to be worth a little tap on that subscribe button. And if you're feeling really generous, hit the thumbs up. Let's have a thumbs up on the channel, on today's video. YouTube like it when we have a thumbs up. So I have a goal with the channel, and the goal is to get to 5,000 subscribers, and we're less than 450, might be 450 away. My daughter set me the goal of 5,000 subscribers, and I thought it'd never happen, and I can't believe it, we're so close. So that is the goal. My goal originally was 120. I really said 150, but it's 120. My wife said to me 500. I don't know why I'm neatening this bit up too much, because I'm going to start curving it shortly. Just that little bit more depth. Okay, next, where should we start? 445 subscribers to go. That is exciting. I wonder if I could do that before the end of the month. That would be very cool. So let's put these lines back in. Whereabouts should we start? We'll bring you a bit closer in now. Where shall we start? Let's pick a place. Let's start here. This is always a nerve-wracking bit. I know I moved that, but I'm going to move that just to get a bit more space. So we're just going to settle into how we want these on this first bit, and once we've got it, we'll be away. So normally when I'm doing this, I do a bit, move around, and then I'll work on an area. So we'll work on this area, getting it just out, so we'll swap, keep going backwards and forwards until we're happy, and then we'll find out how we want it, and then we'll do the rest. So I was reading a description for a tripod in bed the other day, and I was really half asleep reading it, which is bad. You shouldn't use your phone while you're in bed, but I think we're all guilty of that at times. And I can't remember if I found a tripod. I've not had a look since. If I found a tripod, what will save me a lot of the hassle of moving the camera when I'm talking and bits, or if I've dreamt it. But I seem to think there's a tripod for sale that you connect a little Bluetooth dongle to your phone, and as your phone sat in the tripod and you move, it follows the dongle round. And I think that might be worth a look. So if Brown Dave's on and off all night because he's watching his trades come in, maybe he can tell us how the trades are doing. That'd be nice. Maybe he could give us some tips. What is the hot tip on the current market? Change my chisel. It's not quite right for me for what I'm doing there. I'm just going to sharpen up a different chisel. Slightly too chunky, that chisel, for what we're doing now. We're just going to move down to 4mm maybe. Well, that's not right either. Maybe we'll try one of these cheap ones. No, not right. I was hoping that Kevin would be on tonight. I've not seen Kevin for a couple of live streams. I know it's not the best time of day for him because he's working. He's in Texas, isn't he? But it would be nice to see his name pop up on the screen. There's a long message there from Brown Dave. That could be our hot tip. That could be our tip to retirement if it's about investments. That could be the one. I'm not going to read it until I fetch my checkbook. Crypto. Are you starting to see that over and under come to life a little bit? If I bring it round, can you just start to see that I'm getting a bit of shape to that there? Just starting to. We'll keep going over it, we'll keep getting it right, but we're just starting to get a little bit of something there. bringing back memories from that big knot. Big knot I posted a picture of not too long ago. Good memories. Stop and have a read of that. Well, I don't understand that about crypto too much. It's not an area I know a lot about cryptocurrency. But he said overall it's good. So I've got a few bits of carvings that I need to finish up. Really want to get that Pass It Forward project finished this weekend. So I might get an hour there. If everyone's about, we can say hello to each other. And then also we'll want to get this finished. Even though we might be able to sneak a bit of time into the weekend with this. I'll do this off camera, so that'll be nice. So you can come on and have a look without that having to move that big frame. I've got two more of these marked up. Graham will tell you, but I think this one might be the most difficult one out of them all. But we do like a challenge. Brown Dave nipped away. He's just probably just bought some more crypto. Not seen Dean and Ray in the comments. They've made an appearance the last few times we've been live, which has been nice. Don't forget, this project I'm doing here, what Graham's drawn, we can all have a go at this. So Graham sent me the drawings. I can forward them to you. Just send an email to the TheStoneRanger. You'll be able to get the email address in the channel description. If not, just drop a comment in and I'll send it to you, or I'll put it up on, put a little reminder up on the community page about this project and how you can get involved. But it'd be really nice if there's a few of us who carve this, and then we can all put some pictures in. And I'll put some pictures on the channel of their way of going about it, because everyone does it differently. We'll all be using different materials. Some will be using stone, some wood, some paper. Brown Dave might use some plasticine. So yeah, there's 3 designs. You could be able to see them all. I'll put another picture up at the end of tonight's carving session so you can see them. But if you could do me a favour, while you're on, stick a thumbs up on. We're only on 3 thumbs up all night. We can do better than that. It really helps me out because it makes YouTube believe I'm doing a good job. So even if you have to just pretend for the 5 seconds it takes to stick a thumbs up on, let's give it a go. I would say it'd make a nice tattoo, this, Graham. Are you glad we went for curved, Graham? I know we had that discussion right at the beginning. I'm glad we've curved it. Just gonna have to move you all again. Just need to get into that bit there. Might just help me out if I can just stick that on. That's it. It's looking very 3D. Wait till we've moved all this. Just stop them for a second. I can hear a slight buzzing noise in the background coming from the house. I couldn't work out what it was. I've just twigged. My wife's had a new carpet cleaner delivered today. Something's tickled Brown Dave. the workshop's definitely the place to be. She's going out on Friday night for a bit of a hen do, bit of a birthday party for my sister. And the first thing I was thinking, right, I'm going carving. I'm in the workshop. Tomorrow night I'll be sat in the house sharpening the chisel. Are you going to miss me while I'm out? Yeah. I'll bring you back round now. So it's not fully done this side, but we're starting to see how it's going to look. Looking for that next chisel. They all merge into one. Yeah, pencil. $148 people on the channel at the moment. We've definitely got to get a thumbs up off some of them. So out of that 148 people, can we have one thumbs up? What do you reckon? Can we get one thumbs up? You think we'd be able to muster one thumbs up from them? If I just... That's better. I don't need that on now. Oh, look at that, we've got one more. One more thumbs up. That's nice. Trying to work out how I want to do this. Can't work out how I want to do that leaf. Oh, we're on 5. We're flying now. 5 likes, or 5 thumbs up. We're happy with that. Oh, well, that might be the answer. Thank you, Paul. I think YouTube have slightly changed things recently. So the way I go live, the layout is slightly different to it was a couple of weeks ago. So I wonder if they've made it harder. But thanks for making the effort to find it. But we've gone from aggressive tapping at the beginning of the channel with a big 10mm chisel, possibly a 12mm chisel at times. Now we've got a 4mm chisel and we're just lightly tapping away. I'm hoping from the beginning of next month we can start having taking members again on the channel. After I messed up the Google AdSense account, they wouldn't let me attach an email address to it for 32 days. Well, that's coming to an end at the end of the month, so it'll take a few days to process, I would imagine. Be nice to see some names in green on the screen, like Graham and Brian, Matilda Doolittle, Kev. 2 Brians actually. Just questioning myself where I'm going next. Look at that, it's nearly 9 o'clock already. Time flies. I think we're doing all right though, for it's our first knot we've done in a while. I think we've made good progress there. Not quite finished yet for the night. We have to think about wrapping it up. 9 o'clock. It's I've actually got a couple of other little bits to do, so sometimes I like to keep going until 15:15. But tonight, unfortunately, I can't. But if any of you are around on Friday night, probably going to do a bit of carving Friday night. Might be a little bit over the weekend, we'll see how it goes. But it's starting to come to life. From the comments, I think Graham's happy, which is nice. It's been nice to have Brown Dave on and Bry. A few people along the way. Paul's just helped us out with the like button. Yeah, but I think that's good progress for tonight. And I'm going to go in. To be honest with you, I really fancy some ice cream. I've been thinking about it the whole time I've been down here, thinking I might like some ice cream. Not sure I've got any, but I'm going to go and have a look in the freezer anyway. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow. No, Friday. Sorry, got carried away. I'll see you all Friday.